Hi, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm making this video right now because I've just gone outside and I'm just walking around and trying to get some fresh air. And I just wanted to talk about the events that led to me being brought to hospital and what actually happened, because I was forced against my will to be brought here by those ambulance drivers and the Campbelltown police, and it was totally uncalled for. It was a total setup, and it was a setup that was created between the neighbours, the landlord, St George Community Housing. I honestly think it was St George Community Housing who called the ambulance. If it wasn't them, it was one of the neighbours. I mean, it could have even been the Campbelltown police. They're viewing into my home illegally. They were all watching me be abused in my home, every single one of them. And yeah, I was screaming out. Because of the extreme abuse that I'd been put through for hours and hours and hours and days and months on end. And yesterday it was like they'd premeditated that until it built up to that moment. They just had that creep downstairs breathing cigarette into my home non-stop. And you know, I'm already severely traumatized by what these people do. Severely traumatized, and that's just a normal reaction to go into hysterics when you're being put through something like that, when someone's got control of your air and there's no one to help you. Yeah, I was hysterical. Anyway, someone's called an ambulance on me when they should have actually called the police on the two people that were abusing my air, which were the two people downstairs. And the one next door was too. She was in the morning. She doesn't do it as much as the other two downstairs though. But she still does anything she can to put me through abuse. But anyway, it was the other two attacking me for days on end, and he just wouldn't stop. And it got to the point where, yes, I did become hysterical. I wanted him to stop breathing into my home. And somebody called an ambulance. It was a total setup. The ambulance, when the two ambulance drivers arrived, they didn't really want to hear my story about what was actually going on. I tried to tell them, but you know, what's happening to me there in that unit, it's far bigger than anything I can explain to ambulance drivers in 5 minutes. So, you know, of course, as soon as I say to anybody, there's neighbours tampering with my air, I'm going to sound like I'm having delusions. So, and that's the way they've set this up. So, you know, they look at me like, yeah, like, we think you better come with us. Now, I pleaded with them, please, just let me go back inside. Won't happen again. You know, I've calmed down now. And they insisted on taking me to the hospital. And I said to them, it should be those two that are being arrested, not me. And they didn't want to know about that. So I went back inside and I shut my door. And they said, well, if you don't let us in, we're going to get the police to kick your door in. So they called the Campbelltown police, and two police turned up, and then they were they really tried to intimidate me as well, especially the woman one. She really stood over me. And, you know, I think the Campbelltown police make sure they send a woman just to let me know that, you know, there are female police at the Campbelltown police station that support what the abusive men are doing down there, which is putting me through horrific abuse. almost on a daily basis. So yeah, there was a female cop, 2 female ambulance drivers, and a male police officer as well. He did have a look at my channel, and he's seen the stuff that gets sent down from the roof from the woman downstairs, but you know, none of that was really taken into account. I was brought here to the hospital, and since I've been here, I'm just getting nowhere. I stated on the last video that the ambulance driver said, when she first brought me in, I heard her saying to one of the nurses here when she was booking me in, she said, oh, she's been brought here for paranoia. And I actually corrected her, and I said, no, I'm not. I wasn't brought here for paranoia. I was brought here because I was under extreme distress, and I was trying to tell you the distress I was going through. And you know, it had taken hours and hours of abuse to get to that point. I was hysterical, and I don't know if she changed that or if she just left it as paranoid. You know, that's a very big difference, and that can make a difference to my life if she has put paranoid, because it definitely wasn't being paranoid. And then today, this doctor has come in this morning, and he has said to me that I asked him over and over again at first, like, tell me why I'm here. I want to know the medical reason why I am here. And it took him quite a while to tell me. I had to keep saying it. And eventually he said, I was here because I was actually posing a threat to my own life and my own reputation. And that is just absolute bullshit. It really is, because everybody knows that I love my life, and there is no way in the world I would take my life. You know, if anything, I protect my reputation every day on my channel. So, you know, when he said that, I just thought, you're trying to make me believe something that's not true. That's not true. And I told him that. I said, that's not true. And he just couldn't look me in the face, and he just couldn't give me any explanation for what he was saying. You could tell, and he just wanted to get away from me because I was pushing for the truth. Anyway, he said, I can give you this form where you can fill it in, and I'll give you your rights, and you fill in this form saying that you want to be discharged immediately, and we'll go from there. But he said that can take up to 3 days, so I could be here for up to another 5 days, because today's 1 day I've been here, and then tomorrow's a public holiday, and then there's Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday that, you know, are normal weekdays, where he said it can take up to 3 days. And you know, I'm here under false pretenses. I shouldn't be here at all. And what this is doing here, it's actually affecting my health in a negative way, because, you know, I get no exercise whatsoever. There's no peace here. You can't sleep properly at night. Proper food, there's no foods here. You know, I'm autistic, and, you know, I really need to have that routine in my life, and when it gets taken away like this, it causes me a lot of anxiety. So I just went and asked if there was a piece of fruit. You know, there's no fruit. I said, well, was there any biscuits, you know, a couple of biscuits to have with your coffee? No biscuits. Like, you can't even get a piece of fruit in here. And then I'm not allowed out the door to go and buy anything. They won't let me go home to get clean clothes and my self-care products and things like that. Like, so I've just got absolutely nothing. And a lot of that, I think they do that because they want you to look as washed out and ragged as they possibly can make you, you know, to make you look like you can't look after yourself properly. So I'm definitely here under false pretenses. I should not be here. It was a conspiracy between whoever's called that ambulance. The ambulance driver, she definitely set me up. And I would stand up in any court of law and protest that. She definitely did. She set me up. And so did the doctor today. Total setup. I shouldn't be here. So, you know, I'm just making these videos because it helps me too. It helps me, it just helps me to cope with what I'm going through, knowing, you know, even if I'm just making a recording and then I play it back to myself, like, it helps me. It just helps me to, just to know that I'm speaking about what's happening to me, and I'll post it on my channel, and, you know, I'll just keep praying that there's someone out there that can help me, because right now I have these corrupt members of the justice system and health system dictating my life, and it's being done to have control over my life for criminals, because you've only got to go on my channel and see what those people that are connected to my unit have put me through, and they are the people who should be in jail. And, you know, that's enough to cause me more stress, you know, and anxiety, knowing that they're sitting in their homes comfortable, knowing that they're the ones that have been putting me through horrific abuse for months and months and months, and they're just getting away with it. And I'm here locked up. It's so wrong. It's all back the front. There was sirens out there just then, and the Campbelltown police were stalking me yesterday here at the hospital. They were just parked close by, and they just turned their siren on for about 30 seconds, and then they turn it off. And I mean, they're watching my phone. All these people in this hospital are watching my phone illegally too, by the way. They all have access to watching my phone illegally. And I just want to go home to my home. So if there's anyone out there that can help me to get out of here, please help me. Because I've been purposely isolated. I have no family to help me, and, you know, of course that doesn't look good for me either, but that's not my fault. That's happened to me because of the fact that my family have stolen my life from me, my inheritance. They're all involved in this plot to try and abuse me to death with the community. And that's why I have nobody, and that's why they wanted to get me here too, because I guess they thought, well, if we put her through that again, you know, she won't be able to handle that again. She'll just fall apart, you know, because they did this to me 2 years ago. See, hear the sirens out there now? I would say that that is stalking. Campbelltown, New South Wales is being run by an organised crime ring, and the Campbelltown Hospital is full of those people, and so is the Campbelltown police station. You can hear those sirens. So thank you for listening to this video. And yeah, this is all I can do, just keep talking about what I'm going through here. And please, if you can help me, my email will be in the description box of this video. What really needs to happen is I need to be able to create public awareness around this. That's the only thing that's going to be able to stop these people, is if this becomes made public, because it needs to be made public, you know. I'm here on false pretenses. I'm being dictated to by these people, and my human rights have been taken away from me. So, and you know, I'm scared, to be honest. I'm scared because I don't know what they're going to do. I'm in a hospital. They could do anything. And especially when I've got no family. So I'm here, I've got no clothes, nothing. I've got to just stay in these clothes for however long it takes. So thank you for listening, and please, yeah, if you can help me, reach out to me on the email that's attached to this video. And thank you very much if you've listened to this video.